Cox Automotive announced a $100 million investment in Central Dispatch earlier this year. And this month, new Central Dispatch marketplace enhancements have been launched. Joe Kichler, Senior VP at Cox Automotive, Lainey Sibble, Strategic Business Leader, and Eric Schwartz, Head of Product, are here today to talk to you. So please say hello in the live chat, make new friends, and learn from the best on ATI Auto Business. What's up, ecosystem? Welcome back to ATI Auto Business, automotive ecosystem, where everyone learns more about the automotive industry. Let's get started with top industry news and headlines that include Carvana, ADESA, KC, Megasite, Proficient acquires 6th transporter, and Central Dispatch platform transformation. At the quarter hour, we have Joe Kichler, Senior VP of Cox Automotive. He is with us. And at the 30-minute mark, Lainey Sibble and Eric Schwartz of Cox Automotive will be joining us as well. So this is a big show. We're really excited. Please say hello in the live chat. Now, this is ATI, and we are the ecosystem's neutral zone. We're looking for constructive feedback and thoughts and information about the new Central Dispatch transformation and experience. So please do chime in. We are so lucky to have Joe Kichler, Senior VP of Cox Automotive, with us here today. That is very exciting. It is show 360 in a row on a Tuesday on ATI, and Joe is the Senior VP of Digital Inventory and Supply Chain Solutions. We're going to learn more about Joe, and then we also have Lainey Sibble, Strategic Business Leader at Central Dispatch by Cox. She is with us, and Eric Schwartz is Head of Product at Cox Automotive. He is also with us today. Remember, ATI is where everyone learns more about the automotive industry. That's what makes ATI different. There are no stupid questions, and you can share your thoughts, your feelings, and we're here to help you. And by the way, we just celebrated another birthday. ATI just reached 16,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for your support. Really appreciate that. Get to know your ecosystem. That's what I say on ATI. OEM, dealer, auction, logistics, remarketing, recon, compliance, and tech. If you don't know what one of those things has to do with the other, please do let me know. I am here to help. I have learned through learning, so I'm here to help you learn. On Tuesday's Automotive Ecosystem is the big show. Last Tuesday we had Drive Share, where you can rent classic cars. That was a really interesting show. 2 weeks ago we had the ARA, American Recovery Association. That was a big show. And what we're really excited about is that Used Car Week has announced their agenda for November in Scottsdale, and we're back. Lenders moving repo cars. Old habits die hard. I am moderating another panel at Used Car Week, so that's really exciting. And it has to do with lenders and auctions and repo and transport and in between. So if you have anything to add, please let me know. Don't forget, on Thursdays at noon, that's my industry logistics show. This past Thursday, Carrier owes the broker how much? Yeah, it's a good show because, you know, we got to talk about the ecosystem. And don't forget that if you need a dispatcher, Murphy Auto Transport Services is available. All right, let's do this. Let's go ahead and get into some news. Here we go. 4 minutes in, not too bad. Thanks for saying hello in the live chat. Trucking company owner pleads guilty to falsifying logs in fatal motorcycle crash. That's right, this is the crash that you're thinking of. A former co-owner of now-defunct Westfield Transport of West Springfield, Massachusetts, has pleaded guilty in federal court to falsifying driver logs in connection with a June 2019 collision involving one of the company's vehicles. 7 motorcyclists died in that accident. Damian Gusanov, 39, of Westfield, pleaded guilty in U.S. District Court for District of Mass. 3 counts of making false statements to federal investigators, faces up to 15 years in prison, $30,000 fine. Worst case scenario. But there it is. It happens. Don't be that guy. In court filings, Donudar Gosanov admitted that he had instructed at least one Westfield Transport employee to falsify records to exceed hours of service limits, then made false statement to a federal inspector regarding the manipulation of recording devices that track drivers on and off duty hours. Man, not good. That was a bad deal. We're going to talk more about it. Trucking expert witness on September 12th with Brian Riker on industry logistics. Asbury vows rigorous defense against FTC complaint alleging consumer deception and discriminatory pricing. This is going to get ugly. Asbury CEO says they will not allow the FTC to coerce fines from them and put onerous requirements that negatively impact the car buying experience for our customers. The FTC on August 16th said the violations occurred at 3 stores in Texas. The FTC will continue to crack down on illegal hidden fees and discrimination, which have no place at car dealerships. And they're protecting consumers shopping for cars and leveling the playing field for honest dealers. This is, wow, and that's Asbury. We're going to talk more about this with Tom Klein on September 3rd. Dealership lawsuits on ATI. Check that out. Dealership profits dropping fast despite stable revenue. Dealership profit has continued to decline through 2024. Why? Dealerships made an average of $2,400 plus for each new vehicle sold. That's down 32%. Yeah, that's a lot. And $1,400 for each used vehicle, down 22%. Main culprit is spending. The average dealership posted net floor plan interest expense of nearly $74,000, up from $23,000 for the same period a year ago. Wow. Bottom line, profit stabilization may take a long time. So, prices, interest rates dampen consumer confidence. And there's your consumer confidence index. Not looking great since the beginning of COVID. No discernible upward or downward trend. I suppose downward more than upward. And on a 6-month moving average, consumers making over $100,000 were the most confident, which would make sense, because you would have more confidence when you make more money. So now may be the time to buy a used car. Check into that. Watch those used car prices. Carvana goes bigger with auction recon center Megasite at ADESA KC. The online used car retailer announces turning its ADESA Kansas City auto auction into its first auction and reconditioning Megasite, adding inspection and reconditioning (IRC) capabilities to the auction site in addition to its digital and in-lane auction operations. The company said the location will anchor the growth of its retail and wholesale operations in the area and improve the company's offerings for retail and commercial customers. Carvana said the move will increase its total reconditioning capacity, improving selection for all customers, and create a pool of retail inventory in a new metro area, making its recon and fulfillment network more efficient and giving local buyers access to vehicles that can be delivered the same day or next day. And there it is. Same day, next day. Yeah, because that is a promise that's hard to keep. It might be doable. The new Megasite will also implement Carvana's proprietary Carly software. Look for that. Suite of systems and processes designed to support the full reconditioning lifecycle and promote efficiency, scalability, consistency through Carvana's IRC network. Big news. I saw this. Penske Used Trucks launches new auction website. You seen this? New auction site designed to streamline the commercial equipment buying process and provide a seamless, intuitive interface that allows buyers to easily find and bid. Right? It seems like more and more companies are doing their own in-house auction bidding. The technology is available. Exclusive access to bidding, transparent pricing, free third-party condition reports, user-friendly interface, variety of bidding tools. Auctions are held weekly starting every Tuesday at 8 a.m., ending on Thursday around noon, featuring a range of vehicles. Light, medium-duty trucks, heavy-duty tractors, semi-trailers, specialized equipment. You can go to PenskeUsedTrucks.com/auction. Proficient Auto Logistics to acquire Utah-based carrier. The company acquisition of Auto Transport Group is the 6th vehicle transport company to add to be in its portfolio. The addition of ATG enhances PAL Western U.S. presence. Utah-based vehicle transporter, 117 power units, 115 drivers. Not too shabby. And Brent Larson, CEO of ATG, will continue to lead Auto Transport Group while retaining its name, which I believe the other companies have done. You've got Delta, Tribeca, Sierra Mountain Express, Deluxe Auto Carriers, Proficient Auto Transport, all part of PAL, Proficient Auto Logistics, Inc. And you can see it's now a public stock. There it is, trading around 18. Market cap just under 500 mil. Are you buying or are you selling? You might want to buy some of that. Now, as we move into the tech, Beck Abdullayev, Super Dispatch CEO, he put in the talking a commentary about integrating auto transport platform. So, in this, Beck talks about the $10.5 billion auto transport industry made up of thousands of small to mid-sized companies. Technology helps workers do more with less, but when solutions don't work together, they cause workers more confusion and result in more work. When auto transport tools are disconnected and a pain for employees to access, it leads to frustrated employees. So there's questions to help you determine if it's time to integrate your existing tools. What are the tools in your tech stack? Is your team forced to manually transfer information between systems? Is your data centralized? Centralized data simplifies the process of collecting, storing, and analyzing information, leading to better strategic decisions and business growth. You gain a clearer view of your operations. So, Central Dispatch transformation continues with revamped platform. Now that's the big news. The transformation of Central Dispatch continues. Cox Automotive self-managed auto transport marketplace has launched a completely reimagined platform designed to simplify transportation management by providing shippers, brokers, carriers, everything needed to complete a transaction in a single integrated marketplace. It's the second phase of what Cox termed a journey to transform the vehicle transportation experience. Cox said the new platform was built based on client feedback and will serve as the foundation for future enhancements. As with the launch of Central Dispatch Enterprise, Cox also promised more capabilities to come, including additional connections with third-party systems, new automations like one-click accept and digital negotiations, and data-driven insights that support informed decision making. There's a reason Central Dispatch has continued to be the transportation marketplace for shippers, brokers, and carriers to turn to, says Joe Kichler, Cox Senior VP of Digital Inventory Supply Chain Solutions. We're just getting started on Central Dispatch's multi-year transformation journey. We can't wait to show our clients what's in store. We got new marketplace, enhanced dashboard, carrier mobile app, dispatch experience, API integrations. Joe is with us. Joe's going to kick off our conversation about the new Central Dispatch enhancements. Remember, ATI is your neutral zone in the ecosystem. There is nothing like ATI. We're doing the full ecosystem, OEM, dealer, auction, logistics, remarketing, recon, compliance, and tech conversation. Leverage ATI in your business. I don't ship cars. I move information. That is what I do. Get the podcast. Enjoy it while you're on the go. And if you need to contact me, go to atiautobusiness.com. Okay, there we go. We're close to the quarter hour, so do me a favor, stick around. Right after this, we're going to be live with Joe Kichler, Senior VP, Cox Automotive. We'll be right back.
Are you completely stressed out from all the calls and the contracts and the verifications of loads where nobody ever answers the phone? Call Murphy Auto Dispatch Services today. Murphy Auto Dispatch Services has over 15 years in the transport industry. We are your office while you are on the road. We book, we verify, and we bill out your loads for you. We have an excellent accounting staff and an even better dispatch team. Give us a call today at 417-273-0021, or if you want to email me, it's murphyautotransport31@yahoo.com. Give us a call today.
Transport Auto Quoter is by far the leading auto quoting software on the market, and the only auto quoter with a pro version that comes preset with accurate pricing for anywhere in the U.S. So you don't have to worry about it. The best part is that no change with your current software is needed. Just plug TAQ in and start booking jobs. Carriers can easily plug TAQ into their current websites and start making money right away. I bet you're wondering how we do this instantly and accurately 24/7. Well, constant analytics is the key. Our Price Watch team is constantly monitoring current market conditions, paying close attention to seasonal and quick-moving industry changes. At the end of the day, it takes a lot of time and data to maintain good pricing, time that most of us just don't have on a daily basis. So free yourself up. Using TAQ Pro is really a no-brainer. Save time and money, maximizing your leads and optimizing your online investments. You'll finally be able to sleep well at night knowing that TAQ is on the job selling for you 24/7. Never missing a potential job.
We've transformed Central Dispatch into one central platform you'll need to ship vehicles more efficiently and profitably than ever. With powerful new features, including a redesigned dashboard for more efficiency and ease of use, a new mobile app where carriers can complete inspections and give shippers better visibility into their vehicle's condition, an enhanced dispatch experience for streamlined shipment management and unmatched transparency, and a growing suite of APIs for a flexible end-to-end solution that meets your business's transportation needs. Get more control over your transportation than ever before in one central platform. Visit centraldispatch.com/one to learn more.
New private marketplaces, enhanced dashboards, new carrier mobile app, dispatch experience, and new API integrations. Have you seen the new Central Dispatch experience? Visit centraldispatch.com/one. Okay, the time is here. Now let's do this. Let's bring in Joe Kichler. Please help me wish a warm welcome to Joe Kichler, Senior VP of Cox Automotive. Joe, can you see me and hear me okay?
I absolutely can, Jay.
Okay, great. I can see you. I can hear you. Please do me a favor. Say hello and tell us a little bit more about you.
Yeah. Hello, everybody out there. I'm a 14-year veteran of the automotive space, all that time with Cox Automotive. I started out at the Manheim auction side, helping with product and technology. Have done a stint with the kind of centralized corporate strategy team with some of the big acquisitions we made. And before my current promotion, ran Ready Logistics and Central Dispatch for the last 5 years. So from a brokerage and a marketplace perspective. And very recently was promoted to a role that also, in addition to logistics and keeping involved with that, includes all the Manheim digital selling, all the offsite selling. So if you think about Manheim, and anytime somebody goes to manheim.com, any type of digital interaction, I have responsibility for all that, as well as our assurance products under the brand Deal Shield, and all the vehicle information capabilities we have, the inspection softwares, and all the investments we're making to really take inspections and vehicle information to the next level in the industry.
Okay, that is a lot to take in.
Yeah.
That's a lot. 14 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure where to start other than, I'll ask you this.
Yep.
So after all this time, what excites you about this industry?
Yes. I think in general, the automotive space, what excites me is it's always changing. I think in the 14 years I've been here, every year something new comes out. If you just think of the last 3 years, right? We have EV acceleration, you have all the AI trends, we have autonomous vehicles, and at the same time, there's this constant opportunity to simplify the buying experience, both for retail consumers and for the wholesale purchasers that we deal with, kind of on the Manheim side of the house. It excites me a lot. On the logistics, it's really about the complexity and the problem solving every day is. But it's also so simple. Either the car gets there on time or doesn't, right? So you have real-time feedback if you're doing a good job or not. And, when I joined 5 years ago, the saying was all automotive logistics is probably 10 years behind the freight side of the house. I think we as an industry have transformed extremely quickly. And I think in many ways we may be catching up or leading in some areas as it relates to the logistics space.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, you have an incredible macro view, and at the same time, with all that time at Ready and Central, you've seen the mechanics of the day-to-day.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess given all that, I think you've given us a little bit about trends, but so what are you seeing in wholesale and logistics that you would add for somebody listening now?
Yes. I would start on the wholesale side of the house. The trends that I'm very keyed into is what I call the digitization trends. how many transactions are occurring digitally. Last year, 72% of all the transactions in Manheim were digital transactions. And a lot of those require transportation with them because they're not all on our physical properties. A lot of these are sitting out in different yards and different dealerships when they're selling. And if I play up kind of the why this role too, very similar what's happened on the e-commerce side and retail, that you look at some of the biggest providers, they have these amazing websites, but what makes that experience truly beneficial and simplified for me as a consumer is, the products show up in 2 days, no questions asked usually. So a lot of these e-commerce companies have, yes, they're the web pages, but they have massive supply chain organizations, warehousing, logistics that they also own to deliver that experience. So I think where we are from a wholesale perspective is how do we keep simplifying everything down for that dealer so they can focus on what they do best is selling cars, make it easy for those vehicles to show up. And I think marrying kind of the digital retailing marketplace and the logistics together just makes a lot of sense to take inefficiency out of the network.
So, given all that, what is the vision? What's the current vision and some future roadmap of Central Dispatch?
Yes. So to get started kind of on the current vision, I go to when I have come in a role over the last 5 years, what a lot of our clients tell us, given we are the marketplace, and you talk about in your show a lot that a lot of folks out there subscribe to Central Dispatch. And I'll use Beck for example because you brought up what he talked about, having one place where all the data flows seamlessly. You're not going to different solutions and capabilities to make it easy. What we constantly heard is you have the best spot market. How do you build tools and capabilities like a very light shipper TMS, a carrier TMS with an app, and keep everything integrated so that now instead of having to go to one software to do one thing or another software to do something else, you can stay in one experience the whole time, which drives efficiency, which drives simplification, and it drives the ability to share a lot more information in real time of what's going on in transportation. Because I know on the ready side of the house, everyone's always calling us, where's my car? Where's my car? Where's my car? With the new Central Dispatch, it's all fully integrated, so all that just flows seamlessly now. I say the second thing we're asked about is, given some of the investments we're making, not only focus on the spot market, but especially this is where the private marketplaces come in, that a lot of brokerages do a lot of things that never hit Central Dispatch. I know on the ready side, we have contracts, we have all kinds of direct relationships. And how do we make it easier for the carrier to have one tool set? So if I'm a broker or a dealership that has direct relationships, how can I dispatch directly to them while at the same time making the experience the same as on CD if I need something on the spot marketplace, but make it very easy for our carriers to interact in that world where you can move all of Ready's inventory, for example, and see all the spot of Ready at the same time. And then lastly, what surprised me, but we hear a lot, is just the trust factor. The industry is really looking for somebody in the middle that they can trust. And I think with the Cox Automotive family behind us and 100 years of integrity, I think we stand behind what we really mean and we'll always do the right thing for our clients out there. So I think that's kind of how the vision came about and where the roadmap is and kind of what you're seeing today.
All right, this is an exciting moment because we have folks in the live chat with questions. ATI, we're the neutral zone,
okay,
and we're here to help. Really, I think that one of the reasons there is so much passion, I'm going to add Eric and Lainey, is because there are so many users, right? A reflection of the feedback and passion is a reflection of how many people are using and rely on this technology. Also, I've been trying to think about how best to say this. I've been part of software launches. It's not the easiest thing, especially something as large as Central Dispatch.
Mm-hmm.
So, as we talk and share and learn,
yep,
I am very interested in seeing if I can help navigate and be a conduit of information to and from. And that is what I do at ATI. Now, Eric and Lainey, go ahead, and I think I've invited you to the room. Let's see who's in here first. Lainey and Eric are with us.
Hello.
Welcome to ATI. We're live. Lainey, you were here just a fraction of a second first for Eric. So Lainey, please say hello and tell us a little bit more about you.
Sure. I try to always beat Eric by just a second. So I'm Lainey Sibble. Very happy to be here. Thanks for having us, Jay. I have the pleasure of leading the central dispatch business, which includes our operations team. So everything we do to get a new customer up and running on the platform, ongoing customer care and retention, and making sure our customers are getting the value out of the platform that they expect. And then also have a sales team as well. I have been with Cox Automotive for about 10 years and spent the last 3 with logistics. And I can honestly say this has been my favorite role that I've had. It's really combining all the different experiences I've had across operations, strategy, finance, and I love getting to work really close with our customers and in a place where I know there's a lot of opportunity to deliver new value to the industry and our customers.
Thanks, Lainey. Welcome.
Thank you.
Eric, buddy.
Hi, Jay. Good
How
to
you
see
doing? Great to see you. Thank you so much. Eric, you're a big part of, us being here today talking. But before we get started, please say hello and tell us a little bit more about you.
Yeah, happy to, Jay. It's good to be here. So, Eric Schwartz, I lead the product organization for Central Dispatch. I've been working at Cox for nearly 13 years, and I've been in this role for about 3 years. So my team is full of product managers, product owners, working with developers as well. And our whole goal, our mission is to solve problems for our customers, to simplify the logistics supply chain.
Okay, perfect. So, all right, everybody knows what Central Dispatch is or has been. Let's talk transformation. And there's a lot. What's also interesting, too, you'll see, folks in the live chat. And Sal, go ahead and give me some specifics. I got the opinion. Let's get some specifics. Do me a favor, okay? Because it's one of the things that I require of information is that, contain information. Okay. All right. Foundation, Central Dispatch transformation. We're talking there's a lot of people. Shippers, brokers, carriers, drivers, dispatchers. That's a lot. That's just a segment of users. And then there's a lot of technology updates. Lainey, you're in ops. That's awesome. I now have a contact in ops. Eric, you work in product. I now have a contact in product. We're here on ATI, and what are we doing? Let's talk transformation. Let's talk marketplace. What's going on with a fully integrated marketplace?
Yeah, I'm happy to start here. So, like you said, Jay, everyone knows Central Dispatch as the logistics marketplace that shippers go to find a carrier to move their car. Carriers come to find those vehicles to fill their truck. But with this transformation, we're really taking that a step further and providing tools that allow you to manage and complete that transaction in one place. So it's really taking things beyond just I need to go to this place to find the right other partner to get this vehicle moved, but I also want to have connectivity to make it more efficient for me to be able to deliver that car, have that car delivered in one single place.
And let me ask you this. What do you think then was missing that's now being added as we talk integration? Is that a tough curveball?
Nope, I can jump in there, Jay.
All right, perfect.
There were a few pieces that were missing from the platform, right? When I think about our goal in providing an end-to-end marketplace, it's going to start all the way upstream. So we recently announced a suite of APIs that we released. And out of the gate, we had integrations with 3 of the biggest CRMs out there. So how do we, to Joe's earlier point, how do we think about the connectivity of your data from CRM, from TMS, all the way through into the platform? And then on the other side, it was about easing the experience from pickup through delivery of the vehicle. So we recently rolled out a completely new dispatch experience, a lot of bells and whistles on it that we didn't have before. And we are continuing to go down this journey to make sure that we have the most seamless process throughout for both the shipper and the carrier. And then the piece in the middle is all about what are the intelligence, the tools, the transparency that we're giving you so that you could focus on what you do best, right? We know carriers need to move vehicles. Dealers need to sell vehicles. brokers have to delight their customers. What they need from us is that integrated end-to-end platform that helps them do their job as best as they possibly can.
So I really appreciate that, because then you got me thinking. That makes sense to me. In fact, as Beck had pointed out in his article, that manual copying and pasting, the manual effort of data, you are removing more manual process by integrating tools. And this is another thing where you may get a lot of carrier feedback, but that's not the shipper. The shipper and the broker need a great CRM that will integrate to the TMS for the carrier, for the dispatcher, and that's not simple, and that's where these APIs come in. Am I right about that?
I think in addition to that, Jay, it's also about security, right? It's not just enough to be the end-to-end marketplace. You have to be the secure, trusted marketplace. And we've had a litany of enhancements that we put to the platform this year to address it. So one of them, multi-factor authentication for your account, right? Another one, adding users, right? I can now have as many users as I want tied to one account. It allows me to then delineate between this person owns the company. These are member managers. These are the drivers of the company. And what they have access to do in the platform depends on their role. And then most recently, through our suite of APIs, all these third-party companies have a secure, tried, true, tested method to integrate and make sure that your data is flowing back and forth between CRMs and central dispatch. So taken collectively, right, we're hyper-focused on building the end-to-end marketplace, but also making sure we're doing it the right way with the right levels of security from beginning to end.
Yeah, and just to add something, if I can, Jay, you mentioned the shipper side. What shippers want, if I put on the ready side of the house, is we want access to the most carriers possible, and we want all the information to flow seamlessly back. So the new tool set is just as much about the carrier side of the house, because shippers want real-time information. Where's that vehicle? They want to know when the changes are happening. And all the tools in market today are either, you're manually moving data. No carrier is actually putting data back on the core systems to let the shippers know what's going on. So we're getting a lot of good from the shippers to help with the carriers, to the point that we have a big announcement. SGT has agreed to move their entire logistics business to CD to run it. So that's all their contracted, that's all their web spot stuff. Everything is going to move to us as kind of the second big private marketplace outside of the ready business to launch with Nexus. So we continue to simplify this down for the big shippers, the big dealer groups, and build a carrier tool and capability that we can get real-time visibility to what's going on, and have the tools that the carriers can run their business and do what they need to do, just like they always have.
Well, I imagine you're going to see even more transportation businesses move in that direction.
Yeah.
Right? Because we didn't even mention load board. We've gone 30 minutes and haven't even said load board, which is probably a first for me. In that the central dispatch load board, we've looked at it so many times. Eric, you've seen the show. It has so many more loads than any other load board, marketplace, or location. So what we know is when a broker or a shipper or a dealer posts a load on the load board, then they do want to know what happens next. They want that transparency, therefore further integration, right, to lead to transparency, so they know what happened after they posted it. What really happened? What's happening now? What's going to happen? Can I see the inspection now? As we know, they want that. As soon as a load is ready for transport, they want to know exactly what's happening. And so lots of integration opportunities there. Again, complex integration opportunities, I'm sure. And I will say on the security, I know firsthand that the security is happening, because I've had to say, hey, Sue, I can't log in. Can you send me the verification code so I can log in? It happens regularly, and that's wonderful. That's great. And also, I did I think I was trying to check part of the profile. No access. Jay, you don't have access. You're not the driver, the carrier, the owner, whatever. So I've seen it firsthand. We know it's important. And again, I can't stress enough that I'm aware of the grand complexity of not only all the moving technological parts, but all of the different users' expectations and needs. And so I am here to, again, help be a conduit to users to understand and get, improve their experience.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, Jay. And I guess, reading some of Sal's comments, and we'd love some specifics. We're trying to change so much so quickly, we're not going to get it all right away. But our commitment is that we will very quickly react. And, as things went live last week, I hope everyone saw the live messaging on the platform, and things every day continue to get better and better and better. We spent multiple months working, bringing dealers in, bringing carriers in, bringing brokers in, getting feedback, doing live demos of all this, and thought we caught most of it. But we just want everyone out there, the investment's not done. It's going to continue to get better. And we love the feedback, because we only have a business if we're serving the client's need and simplifying it down for them. So, we love forums like this to get kind of that live feedback, Jed.
Yeah, and I'll just add a little bit to that. I mean, we have a strong mantra across ops, of course, across sales, across product and technology as well, around being customer centric. And that is really our focus right now, is listening to our customers. What are their needs? What are their problems to solve? And how can we help solve those? So, exactly what Joe said, we're not going to get everything perfect, but we're out there on social media listening. We're collecting feedback on the site. We're bringing customers in for testing. We've spent some time at the transporter lots at Mannheim talking to whatever carriers, had a minute to spare. So we are really out there, and that's what you'll continue to see from us going forward. How do we drive more efficiencies for our customers and bring in those tighter connections? How do we bring more transparency so that our customers feel like they can make more confident decisions? And how do we help them make decisions that are going to make them as profitable and get that vehicle moved as quickly and as profitably as possible?
I appreciate that. I thank you for that. Well, here's what I want to say. If there is a way for someone to reach out to users that are having trouble, is there something we can do? We've had a lot to discuss to put this show together, but I don't think what we got to was, is there an email address or a phone number, or maybe autotransportintel@gmail.com, and you send in your feedback, and then I'll send it over to Lainey. Whatever the process is, I want to help. For those that, did not get a demo or an outreach or a notice, right? And I know even Sue and I on Thursday's show, we were looking at some of the things. Thursday was the second day of the transformation. That's a lot to ask. Again, I don't know of a software company that hasn't had a tough day 2 of their launch. Nobody's excluded on that. I've seen it. I've been there. So it's tough. So we're in, are we in day 6, day 7? You guys have like an advent calendar on the wall at Cox Automotive? It's day 7, everybody.
Jay, I normally judge that by how many snacks are left in our room with all the developers and the product folks in there. So yeah, we must be on day 7 because we're running low. I'll say on places that you can reach out. I'll echo what Lainey is saying. We are customer centric. We do read, listen, and take in a lot of information. A couple of great ways to do it. Lainey can talk more about it, but call us, get a hold of one of our customer service reps. They can help you out. Leave feedback on the site. We have plenty of ways to do so. We have a survey that pops up where we get great information every day. Jay, your show is a wealth of information for us. I can tell you that we were watching Sue, and we will get your address book working within the next 48 hours. We had team members, I can't stress this enough. Jay, you used to mention a couple of years back, we would kind of smirk, you and I, because we would talk about, we're in this together, right? And I told you, we really are, and we just need to prove it on the central dispatch side. And I can tell you, watching the team members after this latest rollout, coming in with fixes, getting enhancement opportunities based off of the feedback through your channel, through the chat, through the survey. We had folks working through the weekend, getting things done. And I could tell you there's no group that cares more than the group that's sitting about 100 feet from me over there in a watch party in a large room. So we are paying attention, and we truly mean it when we say that we have to do this together as a community, because you're right. It's difficult with carriers, dealers, brokers, dispatchers. There's a lot of opportunity for us, but I think we've proven, especially over the last year, our pace of innovation is not going to be slowing down. And we now have the solid foundation we need to really solve the problems of our customers.
Fantastic. Thank you for that, Eric. I mean, it would be remiss of me to talk about, we've done so many shows, we've talked about so many features, but I think, and you helped me see that there is a team. There is a team at work trying to make this better. It's not something that exists and it's part of the fragmentation of the industry. And I say fragmentation of the industry because I think that's been part of the problem, is that we're all assumed, dealers, carriers, brokers, shippers, dispatchers, we're all assumed that we're somehow adversaries, and that's just the way it's always going to be. And I stopped believing that that's the way it needs to be years ago. That's why I created this channel. That's why we're here now. We really are talking. We're trying to build a bridge. We're trying to understand each other, and we need to get cars moved.
Yeah, I think, one of our big favorite words, I guess, to use is simplification. And we talk a lot about how today and historically everything is so fragmented. So as a carrier, I need to go to a bunch of different places to find enough cars to fill my truck. I need to use a lot of different apps to inspect that car and share information back to the shipper. And so we're really focused on how do we bring that connectivity and simplify everything to make the job of a dealer, a broker, a carrier much easier so that they can all focus on what their core business is. Let us help with that transportation transaction, and let you, dealer, focus on buying and selling cars. You, carrier, focus on delivering that car. And you, broker, focus on delighting your customers and differentiating yourself, and really winning and continuing to grow your business.
You made me think also in that, because sometimes folks think I'm picking on brokers. Hey, that's not an easy job. Managing nationwide cars and dispatchers and information and clients, that's not an easy job. And you need integrated tools that understand your workflow and don't cause you to manually copy and get into the process. I mean, there are so many ways to go. So I want to say this, is that I want to ask this, is there a phone number? Is there a phone number that users can call, or an email address, either one that they can use to reach out?
Absolutely. So couple ways. Yeah. There's the general central dispatch phone number. And to your point about a team that's all in it, I can tell you my operations team is all in it and wanting to support our customers, answer their questions. Every day they're bringing back feedback on, here's what we're hearing, here's where people are struggling. I want to make sure I'm answering this question correctly. And so they are all in it. So, and that feedback is being funneled to the right people. So absolutely, the main central dispatch phone number. The other is the feedback button on the site. So we're monitoring that as well. And so I'd encourage anyone to go to the site and submit feedback that way as well. And, Jay, happy to talk with you about how we can keep that feedback flow going between ATI and central dispatch, because I know you're collecting a lot of that great information as well.
Jay, I think we lost your audio.
Oh, thank you. I was trying courtesy mute. I went 45 minutes with no mistakes, some would say. I want to say this, Sal, I don't know where you've been. I've been making a dispatch show since 2016, so I'm glad you made it here today. Okay, call Central Dispatch, email Central Dispatch. I do keep a list of the things that are, Sue's given me some things. By the way, Sue gives a shout out to, I think it's Darcy. Does Darcy work?
I heard that.
Shout out Darcy.
Along that information. So thank you, Sue. Very much appreciated to hear when one of our team members is supporting our customer as well.
And that is part of where Sue and I are coming from, is if there are folks that, we can give a shout out to, thank live, we also want to do that. So, the squeaky wheel gets the grease on both sides of the equation here. That's the way we work. And that's why, Eric, I can't tell you, I'm so excited that today happened, that we did this. Hey, before we go any further, do you want to share something?
I would love to. I would love to show everybody what we were working on, what just went live. Okay. And we can talk through all the enhancements, both the things that got deployed as well as what's coming up next, because we've got plenty more to go. So, Jay, I'm going to share my screen.
I almost forgot, right? Say goodbye. No, okay, here, wait.
I'll share my screen here, and you just let me know when you see it, and I can walk you through everything that went live.
I see it. You're good to go.
All right, let's do this. So I'm going to walk you through the perspective of first the carrier, but I'll show you the shipper side as well. And I'm going to call out a few things along the way. The very first one is I already addressed multi-factor authentication with this account, so you're not going to see it pop up, but know that it's there for every single one of you. So we're going to log into the platform here, and the very first thing that you're going to see is the new enhanced dashboard. And I want to call out a few things on here. You can now, from the dashboard, get a bird's eye view of everything related to your business on Central Dispatch. You can manage users above here, add drivers, remove folks as your business matures. You can go see what ratings are left for you and what you need to rate. You can look at your dispatches, and you can actually take actions from within the dashboard. You can take actions. You can update status. You can move things from picked up to delivered to completed. And again, that bird's eye view here shows you what's everything that you have available. So I'm going to go to the one spot that we actually did not make a ton of updates to, which is the load board. And like you said, Jay, we spent a while without talking about the load board, and it's purposeful. We're not just a load board. We are an end-to-end marketplace. The one thing I do want to call out here, you can see there is a lot of complexity, Jay. You said it. But we keep it all on the back end. We don't need our users to deal with the complexity on a day-to-day basis. Instead, in things like private marketplaces, you can start to see a super simple way to access your private marketplace is through one UI and one filter, so you can see everything that you should have access to as a carrier. So in this example, I'm going to go back up. I'm going to go over to the brand new dispatch experience that our team has been working incredibly hard on. A couple things to call out first. It looks just like the load, right? Similar look and feel. Our goal in doing this was something that I'm going to give you some credit for, Jay. Do you remember about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, when you would talk about the clickety-clacks? I remember.
Yeah.
Because with every single thing we release, we now count how many clicks did it take to do that job previously, how many does it take now? And it better be less than what it used to be.
Wow. Wow,
so,
that's awesome.
Just to show you, Jay, we're listening.
That's awesome.
It's the brand new view of your dispatches. Right now, we filter to anything that is not currently signed. We're going to go through, and you can see we're going to accept one of them. It's going to give me all the terms underneath here, and I'm going to accept that load. And then maybe I'm looking at another load, and I'm saying, I'm not interested. I'm going to go decline it. Once we move past the not signed stage, I'm going to filter for dispatched and picked up, because now you're going to start to see some of the magic come alive, where we have much more functionality in here to update the status, assign a driver, which is only possible if you add your drivers with unique accounts. You can update your pickup date. You can leave notes along the way, and you could start getting into some of the more end-to-end functionality around the delivery itself. So I'm going to take one of these, and we're going to go and show a little bit more detail in the documents. And what's really exciting, right? We're going to show you can download the documents from here, but I'm going to actually show you the EBOL as it's tied to the mobile app in just a minute. So you can download all of your documents, do everything that you need, and you could also go and look at more details related to the load. So just click on the load ID and you could browse through and it'll give you all the level of detail that you need. And you can take actions here, giving you an audit history of what has changed within this dispatch from the moment I first saw it. So any dispute that arises later, you have your audit history all on one screen. Here's a copy of the EBOL tied directly to the mobile app. And again, I'll show you that in just a second here. But we are really excited by the opportunity that all of this functionality provides. It is far easier to take action on all of your dispatches. It's expanded your jobs that you can do using the Central Dispatch mobile app. And we are now truly an end-to-end marketplace. And just as we were showing the carrier view, I'll give you a really quick look at the shipper or the dispatcher view. So we have updated forms that you can use to create your dispatch. Again, the address book, I know some people have been talking about it. It's coming back. It'll be here within the next 48 hours. And then very similar view from the perspective of a shipper where you can manage your dispatches by status, whether it's been signed, dispatched, picked up, etc. So I know that was a lot crammed into a short period of time, but hopefully it shows you all that we have been working nonstop to make this a much more seamless and easy experience from end to end. And if we do have time, I'm happy to show you the mobile app as well.
Oh, yeah. I took your screen away because I thought it was over, but yeah, let's see that. That's great. Thank you.
Yeah, give me one moment here. This one, I'm going to show you the magic of pre-recorded inspections.
Well, I know. Being live is a whole new dimension.
It is. And I wanted to show you what it actually looks like for our carriers out in the field, though. So you can see here's the mobile app. You have your pending pickup. You have your pending delivery.
Now,
and
before you go further, do me a favor. Make sure you got that screen shared because I took it away.
Thank you, Jay.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I did that. Okay.
All right. Bring it on back.
Good. Thank you.
Okay, so here's the mobile app. We're going to show you what it looks like in the field. So pending pickup, pending delivery, and we also have a tab for errors. Just in case anything went wrong, it's your way to say, hey, there's something I need to do. So I'm going to speed up an actual inspection that was done here. You can see you go in, you click your load, you start to input your VIN, select the vehicle that you're doing the inspection for, and then boom, the 7 pictures that you need to take as a carrier to complete your inspection and your EBOL. So we're going to do a very fast walk around of this vehicle, but this is what the mobile app looks like for all of our carriers. We'll give you really clear, if there is damage, what type of damage is there. You can add any notes that you need to into the inspection itself. All of this information flows seamlessly into the web application as well, into the EBOL. And for those who have integrations, secure integrations with our APIs, you get all of this information flowing back through APIs to your system of choice. So at the end of the day, we will finish all of our photos, we will complete the inspection, and then we can bulk select all the vehicles we just delivered, and we can make sure that we've completed the load by obtaining signatures on the appropriate ones. And we offer a couple of different options depending if somebody's there receiving those vehicles or if they're not there at the moment, and you can notate that. And then lastly, signature time. And your job is complete as a carrier, end to end using Central Dispatch from the moment you found it on the load board through the pickup, the delivery, and the EBOL. It can all be done now within Central Dispatch.
deserves an applause. So, I'm not looking at it right now. I'm not logged in. I'm not dispatching. But if I log into Central Dispatch, I book a load. Go to the load board, book a load. Does the load board look pretty much the same?
The load board is the one thing we didn't change in this deployment.
No need, right?
Yeah.
So we're touching everything else. Leave it alone. Okay, so the load board, book a call, email, book a load. I get the load. Dispatch to my dispatch dashboard. I log in. I'm a carrier dispatcher. And it is now dispatched. And I go in and accept it. Has that been changed?
The moment that you've accepted it is that new screen that we were just looking at.
Ah, okay. So I've accepted it. Now we're into new technology. When I accept it, so how do let's say I'm a dispatcher, I accept it. How do I get it into the mobile app of the driver? And do they log in, so not too complex, but what does that look like? Because I haven't done that before.
Yeah, great question, Jay. I mean, first thing to do, download the Central Dispatch mobile app. That's a must. Afterwards, you use the same username and password that you do to get into the web. It's the same username and password that you get into the mobile app with. Now, if you have drivers in your company, make sure that they all are set up with their unique username and password. That's the Manage User section of the site. And then, as I'm managing my dispatches, and I dispatch to a specific driver, it automatically flows into that driver's view of the mobile app. So there's nothing special that you have to do other than download the app, use your existing username and password, and assign that load to that driver. That's it. So like Lainey said, simplification. That's the name of the game for us.
It's kind of a natural extension then from the user management you had already created, right?
Yes.
And now it just flows into the mobile app, which is now installed. See, and this is where, and I've been saying this, is that if I booked the load there and I'm managing the load in my TMS, why not now pick it up and deliver it in my mobile app connected to the same system? And that's what you've done. And that's what makes so much sense. I mean, that's a no-brainer, right?
It is to us.
It is to me. That's why we're talking about it. That's why I'm excited about it. Okay, and so now, so stop. We'll hit pause. This is where some users are saying, I'm having a hiccup. Again, that's to be expected. Code is buggy. This is complex. So if you're having a situation where you have a question or a concern, you don't see your load, I've been there where I can't see my load. I've been there with other technologies. These things happen. It's not disappeared. You just can't see it. Go ahead.
No, I'll say these things definitely do happen. But I can tell you right now, we've knocked out a lot of the major things that have been feedback given to us by our users. Right now, we have a dashboard that shows one by one how we check off not only anything that may require an enhancement, but a new idea that's coming through from our users. We are fast in the place of making things better, not in the space of fixing. From our end, we have set the foundation. And we will continue to improve upon and enhance this foundation. And, like we said early on, we're in early innings. And this deployment was our way to give you tools across the end-to-end ecosystem. We are incredibly excited about all the enhancements, about all the new functionality that we're building on top of this that's going to give you even more trust, transparency, and ability to do your job in the simplest way possible going forward.
What's it like to manage all of the nuances, the feedback, the users, the clients, the industry that's already changing? What's that like day to day to manage here at day 7 or whatever it is?
I would say I think it's exciting.
Exciting.
We are focused on our customers. We are focused on the industry and bringing value. We don't want to go off and build things that are not meeting the needs of our customers. And aren't connecting things and making things more efficient in the industry and helping to fuel those confident decisions. So we love it. And that's what you're going to continue to see from us as we go forward. I mean, we've done a lot already, but this is also just the beginning. And we have a lot of things coming across all those areas. I mean, the app alone, that's super exciting. It's out there, but you're going to continue to see enhancements to that with real-time tracking and customized inspection options. So a lot more to come. And I know, Joe mentioned private marketplaces earlier. We have Ready Logistics up and running in a private marketplace and moving well over 500,000 cars. And we're quickly going to see a couple more coming to life. So with Nexus and SGT, really excited to bring those private marketplaces to life as well and continue to strengthen those connections with their carrier base.
Yeah. I think, J2, what makes this so, I guess, easy and exciting for us is when we reach out, much like you said, like, thank God you're investing, you're making it easier. And when we sit down and talk to our clients, really our partners, as we think about that way in some respects going forward is, these are joint sessions. A lot of these ideas came from working with people outside of central dispatch to help make their lives a little easier each and every day.
This is a pretty interesting live experiment we're engaging in here now, and I really appreciate that, allowing me some trust to try to navigate this in a meaningful way, and that's what I'm trying to do. Again, I will point out, I'll go to camera one on this. Over 90% of the industry is relying on the technology by Cox Automotive to get their cars shipped, to communicate, to post, to share, to update. I mean, I know that personally because I've been staring at this technology for, it's over 10 years now. So that there is more work to do, but I'm glad we're here. I'm glad we're talking about it. Thank you for joining me live today. Joe, Lainey, Eric, I really do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Let's keep the conversation going. All right.
We appreciate you, Jay. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much. Shout out to Julie and Karen and Darcy and all of our new friends. Thank you so much. All right, I will end the meeting now. You guys have a lot of work to do, so have a great day, okay?
Thank you.
All right,
Thanks,
see you
Jay.
guys. Thanks a lot. All right, cool. Listen, you know what? You know this about ATI is that I'm here to, I'm here to walk the third rail. I mean it. Send me an email. Auto Transport Intel. I'll put it in the live chat. Auto Transport Intel @gmail.com. I know that's the old email because some things just haven't changed. I don't have a big staff, right? This isn't a big company. But what it is, and this is an attempt to actually communicate and build a bridge with everybody. Because I know how this industry works. Fragmentation city. Shippers, dealers, brokers, carriers, dispatchers. Shoot, 3/5 of the group I just said think 2/5 of the group are illegal and don't operate with any actual business practice. This is one wild group. So, to be the leading technology platform in this space for, I don't know if it's 20 years, it's over 10, to come on and talk to the neutral zone in the ecosystem, that is awesome. That is a step in the right direction. And I want to hear, listen, please, I'm going to ask this. Can you please provide constructive feedback that doesn't end in LOL? You don't have to, okay? You don't have to do that. But I also know, listen, I know what it's like to be a small company. I know what it's like to be a competitor in this space. And I know that there's a lot of passion. And I know it's really frustrating when something doesn't work. It's really frustrating. But at the same time, do you want it to work or do you not want it to work? Sometimes we just want other things to fail, and that's where, we're just not going to change our mind. But I'll ask you again. Well, I'll say it. 4 out of 5 loads came from a technology that you want to succeed and get better. You do. And if it does succeed and get better, it will make your life better. There could be some rocks along the way. There is not a technology company in this industry that hasn't had a bumpy ride in some of its early days. I can promise you that. I can actually guarantee you that. But this is now, we're here, the investment is happening, and I'm trying to help be a part of it. I know I seem a little passionate about it, right? But I've built a channel of communication. It's not always easy. I've broken eggs live. I'll probably do it again. I'll probably step in it, say the wrong thing, have the wrong guest. Shh. Jeez, Jay. Well, I'm gonna keep doing it. It's ATI Auto Business. There is no channel like this. This is where anybody can learn more about the automotive industry, share what they have to share, learn, grow, and deliver cars. And actually talk about logistics in a meaningful way through video and audio on YouTube and LinkedIn. And if you're here, whether you're live or on demand, I appreciate your support. Let me know how I can help. I'm Jay at ATI. Autotransportintel@gmail.com. Let's roll that car hauler. Thanks, Cox Automotive. That was a cool show. 360 in a row. 360. Take care, everybody. Thank you. Have a great day.